trying to pass it up to Dowling, and there's the pass to Dowling. Dowling gonna take a shot. Audrey Keeter across to Keyser. Keyser shot in and goal!
From the 2018 EPFA Champions Cup is about to begin. For Power Soccer Shop, I'm Tony Jackson. And coming up in just a few moments, Les Egles de Vevey from Switzerland taking on DCU Storm from Ireland. Should be a good match between these two sides. Teams coming out onto the floor. So now the captains from both sides for Les Egles, Fabrice Zibinden, and for DCU Storm, Aoife McNichol. Looks like we're just about ready to go. And it appears as though DC Storm have won the coin toss, so they will start the match. The customary exchange of tokens from both sides. A little bit late, so it will have to happen off camera. So DCU Storm have indeed won the coin toss and are going to start the match out. Egles Montvillas going to take this kick in for DCU Storm. And watching this team as that ball goes off of Spinden. Now Emer O'Sullivan with a shot. Emer O'Sullivan with the first goal of the match. Referee says no goal. A 2-on-1 violation between O'Sullivan and McNichol. So that goal, we'll watch it again, but that goal has been negated. So a 2-on-1 violation keeps the score at 0. Spinden for Les Egles. The pass all the way across. O'Sullivan's going to get there, but she's going to be late on the turn. And so a goal kick for Les Egles. McNichol with the ball. The pass across, it's cut off by Spinden. McNichol looking for O'Sullivan, who's trailing behind. Now the pass across O'Sullivan. Pushes it towards Montvillas. O'Sullivan into Coassier. And the ball is out. Egles Montvillas will take this kick for the Storm. Montvillas down the line. O'Sullivan's there with it. Spinden. Ball out to McNichol. Ball across Montvillas is not there. and it was cut off by Spinden. Now Montvilas with the ball for DCU. Nicely done by Spinden. That ball makes its way all the way through and out of play for a DCU kick-in. O'Sullivan, Montvilas over to McNichol. Now O'Sullivan takes the ball. Good passing by DCU Storm. That ball's going to roll out for a kick-in in favor of DCU. That ball off of Spinden, and it's out for a corner kick. So Montvilas will take the kick for DCU. McNichol now with a shot across. It's blocked off by Spinden. A little bit of contact there. Play continues. Montvilas trying to drive around, trying to get through this Egles defense. And now we got a 2-on-1 violation. The goalkeeper, Bekir Ganiji, came out of the goal area, and once he does, he's no longer protected against the 2-on-1 rule. So that is a 2-on-1 violation and an indirect free kick for DCU Storm. Montvilas looks like he's going all the way across to Sullivan, and he does. Sullivan with a shot. Sullivan with a goal. Oh, Sullivan, well taken. We'll watch here on the replay. That ball was all the way across, and Spinden was a little bit late, and that allowed Emer O'Sullivan to score the first goal of the match. It's 1-0. We're going to take a moment. Naglas Montvilas is getting an adjustment there to his arm. It kind of came off its place there, so.
Okay, guys, same again. Come on.
Now we're underway, and Fabrice Spinden is going to take the kick. And that ball rolls right between Bloch and O'Sullivan. Oh, it looks like what's going on here is Mathieu Courvoisier, the chest strap came off, so we're going to pause a brief moment to get that put back in place. So Fabrice Spinden going to take the kick in. McNichol sends that over to O'Sullivan, and the pass across to Montvilas. Montvilas back to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan takes a long shot. Emer O'Sullivan with a long goal. Let's watch that one again, ladies and gentlemen. Nice passing by Storm. Montvilas, you see, passing back across to O'Sullivan, and Ganiji just hesitated to get back to the post. It's now 2-0, DCU Storm in the lead. About 7 minutes gone by here so far in this first half. McNichol, Spinden, and we're going to get a 2-on-1 violation. on Les Egles. So Storm going to take the indirect free kick. Montvilas across to O'Sullivan. She was not wide enough, but we're going to get a 2-on-1 violation. Christian Bloch and Fabrice Spinden too close together. And so this is prime scoring location and an opportunity here for DCU Storm to increase their lead. It's already 2-0. McNichol mishandled that ball. McNichol going to take a shot. It's off the post, but we're going to get a 2-on-1 violation on DCU Storm. Referee calling the 2-on-1 violation very tight here, so teams are going to have to be mindful of their spacing. Spinden across to Bloch. McNichol over to O'Sullivan. Montvilas back to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan back across the pitch, and now we're going to get a 2-on-1 violation on Les Egles. McNichol looking. Now ball going all the way across to O'Sullivan. Montvilas with a shot, and he's just wide of the post. That ball touching off the back of Christian Bloch, and now Emer O'Sullivan trying to get around Bloch. That ball bounces out to McNichol. O'Sullivan now with the ball. Close to a 2-on-1 violation. Advantage called, play continues. McNichol winds up for a spin kick. There's a shot, it's saved by Spinden. Now Spinden, they're very close to losing control of his chair. Now that ball back in the goal area. O'Sullivan with a shot across. Montvilas late on the kick, and it goes out of play for a Les Egles goal kick. Now the assistant referee over here is signaling a 3-in-the-box violation, so let's see what's happening here. Now the assistant referee has signaled a 3-in-the-box violation. Are they going to give DCU a free kick? It looks like that's what's happening. So referee is signaling an indirect free kick for the 3-in-the-box violation. Now that everybody's in place, McNichol will take the kick. Montvilas with a shot. Montvilas with a goal. Very well taken. Nagos Montvilas with a goal. You see here, Bakir Ganiji left the post. If he had just stayed there, most likely would have saved that. But as it stands, it is 3-0 in favor of DCU Storm. Law with the ball, working against Ava McNichol, who's carrying that ball down the floor. Pass coming out to Montvilas. Montvilas now across to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan with a shot saved by Spinden. Montvilas went for a 180 spin kick, but he slowed himself because he was close to hitting Courvoisier. Montvilas across to McNichol. McNichol tried to use the back of her chair, but couldn't quite get there quickly enough. Goal kick for Les Egles coming up. McNichol over to Monvilas. Nice pass across. McNichol to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan across to Monvilas. Monvilas back across to O'Sullivan. That shot is blocked off. McNichol with the ball. Christian Bloch trying to get the ball away from Ava McNichol. Nicely done. Kick in for DCU coming up. 13 minutes gone by here in the first half. McNichol, O'Sullivan had to go back. Now McNichol's going to take the ball. That's a 2-on-1 violation. Courvoisier and Bloch committing the foul. So DCU Storm with another indirect free kick. Monvilas with a shot, saved by Spinden. We're going to get a 2-on-1 violation. Courvoisier and Spinden too close together. Now Mathieu Courvoisier was creeping into that Les Egles goal area, and that's what caused the 2-on-1 violation. So referee getting Ganiji in place. It's got to be 5 meters away. Across to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan with a shot. That ball popping up in the air. And so we're going to get a set ball at the top of the goal area. Spinden and McNichol taking this ball. And Spinden hits it out for a DCU corner kick. And it looks like Emer O'Sullivan will take this kick. O'Sullivan, McNichol with a shot, and there is another goal. Nicely done by DCU Storm. Let's watch this again. Very well taken shot by McNichol. And you can see there with the Les Egles defense, there was a lot of space between Ganiji and Spinden. So the result is a 4th goal in favor of DCU. Still about 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Monvilas with the ball. Courvoisier crashes into Monvilas, and so we're going to get a direct free kick in favor of DCU. That ball sneaks through. Courvoisier almost got to it. Spinden. That ball off of McNichol. Monvilas makes his way into the Les Egles goal area. Monvilas with a shot. And we got a 3-in-the-box violation. Christian Bloch came into the goal area when Ganiji and Spinden were already there. So that is a clear violation. And another indirect free kick for DCU. Can they make it 5-0? Let's find out. And there's a soft shot by O'Sullivan that's blocked up by Ganiji. And Christian Bloch now taking on McNichol. We're going to get another 2-on-1 violation. Courvoisier trying to defend, but Spinden was already there in the goal area defending. sends one across. O'Sullivan sends one between the posts. Watch this one more time. Spindon just hesitating to crash into the post. And that allowed O'Sullivan to score. It's now 5-0 in favor of DCU. Clovassier sends it across. It's cut off by McNichol. And now O'Sullivan, that ball touching off the Spindon. It's going to go out for a DCU corner kick. And it looks like Naglis Monvilas is going to take the kick for the Storm. O'Sullivan at the far post, McNichol at the near post. That ball, McNichol sends it across. It's cut off by Spindon. But McNichol does very well to keep it in the area. Monvilas, McNichol across into the goal area. McNichol with a 180 spin kick. Oh, and a great save by Ganiji because that was certainly on goal. Let's catch that again. Great shot by McNichol, but wonderful save by Ganiji. That ball all the way across Monvilas, saved by Spindon. O'Sullivan right into Christian Bloch, and a kick in for DCU. We are in added time here in the first half. That ball comes across McNichol. Monvilas with a shot, saved by Spindon. McNichol, now Clovassier trying to clear out of the way. Advantage called. Play continues. Spindon defending. Christian Bloch sends that one out of play. That'll be another kick-in for DCU. O'Sullivan looking to send the ball down to McNichol. McNichol hesitated on that shot. Now O'Sullivan winding up. O'Sullivan all the way across. Monvilas with a shot. Naglis Monvilas with another goal. Set up by a wonderful pass by Emer O'Sullivan. You watch her again send that ball all the way across, and Monvilas was right there to send that home. 6-0 the score. McNichol working down the floor, tried to pass it. Now Monvilas came in to make a play on it, but he missed the ball as well. Now Spindon, Monvilas. The referee has blown the halftime whistle. DC Storm with a furiously frenetic start. Scored 6 in the first half, and that's their lead right now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the second half. You're watching Les Egles de Vevey versus DCU Storm. It's the 2018 EPFA Champions Cup. Second half about to begin. DCU Storm up 6-0 for Power Soccer Shop. I'm Tony Jackson, and Les Egles looking to solve the mystery of the DCU defense. Let's see if they're able to come up with something here in the second half. And it looks like before we get started, we're going to get a substitution. Vevey Estevez coming into the match in place of Mathieu Courvoisier. And we have resumed action here. Nagos Monvilas for DCU starting things out. McNichol looking for a long shot across, but she didn't get any pace on that. McNichol back across the other way. That's one better to Montvilas now. McNichol with a shot, and she just grazes the ball. And so a kick in for Les Egles. Spindon trying to find his spot, and he just barely makes contact with it. O'Sullivan keeps it in play, and now she takes on Spindon. O'Sullivan dragging Spindon, and now she's held up. She's going to look to pass back to McNichol, and there's the pass. McNichol right into Christian Bloch, and a kick in for DCU. McNichol across to Monvilas. It's cut off by Spindon. Now that ball last touching off of Estevez. And O'Sullivan just lets it go out. O'Sullivan now looking. She's going to go over to McNichol. Now McNichol almost backed into block, and now Monvilas has the ball for DCU. Trying to get around Spindon. Oh, and Monvilas is the last to touch it, so kick in for Les Egles. Monvilas attacks that ball, and Monvilas loses something off his chair, not quite sure what it was. The kick out, McNichol right into Bloch once again now. Estevez. Spindon, 2-on-1 violation on Les Egles, and while we have a moment, let's figure out what fell out. It looked like a headband for Montvilas. Let's see, where something right behind his head there, so just something to prop his head up just a little bit more. Now that everything is back in order, we will resume play. Nathan Nick going to take the kick. O'Sullivan with a shot. O'Sullivan off the post. And that's going to be a kick in for DCU. O'Sullivan, McNichol with a shot, and Montvilas could not readjust to the change in angle of the ball, so we're going to get a goal kick for Les Egles. Spindon to Estevez. Now that looked like that last touch off of McNichol. Good call by the assistant referee. Spindon. Nice touch there by McNichol. Now Bloch trying to get around McNichol. Now Ava McNichol met by Fabrice Spindon again. And McNichol bumps Spindon off his joystick. The pass across. O'Sullivan's there. O'Sullivan's going to take a shot. Great defense. Fabrice Spindon Let's see if we can catch that again, ladies and gentlemen. Spinning off did really well. The pass let that ball roll across. O'Sullivan's there. O'Sullivan's going to take a shot. Great defense. Great Spindin. Good job. Let's see if we can catch that again, ladies and gentlemen. And now we rejoin the action. And Estevez with the ball. Vevey Estevez for Les Egles. Running down the floor with it, but he can't turn on the ball. Good run there. But he couldn't quite turn on the ball to keep it in play. So Patrick Flanagan, nicely taken McNichol. That ball down the floor. O'Sullivan's there. O'Sullivan going to take a shot, and there's a goal. Egles Monvilas coming from out of nowhere to score that goal. Wonderful movement by DCU Storm. Let's watch that again. O'Sullivan's there, and that ball was going to go wide of the post, and Egles Monvilas, following the play all the way down, scores the goal. It is now 7-0. DCU Storm. Fantastic ball movement by Storm. McNichol, O'Sullivan, nicely done to just kick it back out, but Christian Bloch is there. Christian Bloch for Les Egles, taking on McNichol. The pass across, O'Sullivan barely gets there, and Monvilas with a shot. O'Sullivan had open space, easy goal for Emer O'Sullivan. Bakir Ganiji comes off his line, and you'll see it right here. He came off his line, and O'Sullivan had him dead to rights, and that is another goal for DCU Storm. Spindin winding up for a kick. Let's see where this ball goes. Monvilas dragging Bloch. Monvilas looking to kick it back out to McNichol. And there's the pass. McNichol across to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan across. Monvilas, O'Sullivan. Good ball movement. Now Monvilas hits the ball the wrong way. Now he probably wanted to go back to McNichol, but not enough accuracy and too much pace on that. And so a kick in for Les Egles. Spindin tries to take advantage of a quick kick, but didn't get very much on it. Spindin trying to turn O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan dragging Spindin down towards the corner, and he rips the ball away. And now McNichol, nice little touch there on the ball, but it goes off of McNichol in favor of Les Egles. Another kick in for them. Spindin, Monvilas takes that. Monvilas off of Spindin. Oh, the pass across to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan with a shot. Monvilas. Monvilas tried to go for a 180 spin kick, but he didn't make contact with it, so Les Egles will take the kick in. Monvilas with a hard shot across O'Sullivan. Back across, it's cut off by Spindin. Now Monvilas once again with a 180 spin kick. You really have to be careful about that 180 spin kick. You go in the opposite direction of your attacking goal, and that ball could go all kinds of different directions. So Monvilas has to be really careful with that. Ball across, cut off by Ganiji, and now Patrick Flanagan, the goalkeeper for DCU Storm, makes a play on it. Now Storm on the counter attack. O'Sullivan back across to Monvilas. Monvilas with the ball. He controls it, but he can't keep it between the posts, and so it goes out for a goal kick, and we're going to have a change. And it looks like Bekir Ganiji will be coming out, and Claudine Fleury is going to come on in his place. So Claudine Fleury coming on. Spindon, McNichol to Montvillas. O'Sullivan comes across. Spindon tried to clear the ball, but O'Sullivan does well to turn on it and keep the attack going for Storm. Didn't get much on that pass, though. O'Sullivan winds up for a shot. Emer O'Sullivan with another goal. It is now 9-0. Let's watch the replay. So Emer O'Sullivan with another goal. And we're going to get another change. Naglis Montvillas coming off the floor. It looks like Keith Hayes is coming on to make his match debut. The referee calls a 2-on-1 violation on Bloch and Spindon. Bloch cuts it off. Spindon there. And Fabrice Spindon, the last to touch it. 32nd minute of the match. DCU Storm leading 9-0. O'Sullivan couldn't really do anything with that ball. Now Christian Bloch with it. McNichol. McNichol across. O'Sullivan back to McNichol. And again, not much on that pass, but she manages to maintain control of the ball. And we're going to get a 2-on-1 violation on DC Storm. O'Sullivan was trying to rotate out of the area, but she was a little too close, and so the referee is going to give Les Egles an indirect free kick from just outside their goal area. Bloch across to Estevez. And that's going to be another 2-on-1, but this time on the Swiss team. DC Storm going to take the kick. Hayes across to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan off of Spindon. O'Sullivan across. Bloch is there with it, and it looks like we're going to get another 2-on-1 violation. Actually, the official is going to call a 3 in the box. Christian Bloch came into the goal area, trying to prevent Keith Hayes from getting that ball, and ultimately caused another violation. So an indirect free kick for DCU coming up right now. Now, because that ball is right at the top of the goal area, and the goal area is 5 meters. Oh, Emer O'Sullivan with a goal. My goodness. What a nice turn on that. Watch it one more time. Emer O'Sullivan, that ball a little bit behind her, but she manages to get her chair around the ball and score another goal. It is now 10-0 DC Storm, and it looks like Patrick Flanagan going to come out, and coming on in his place, number 1, Peric Moran. Spindon. Cut off by McNichol. Hayes, the pass back. McNichol across to O'Sullivan, but Spindon is there. McNichol off of block. Estevez can't control the ball. Fabrice Spindon now for Les Egles. And McNichol just dragging Spindon. Now McNichol, the kick out to O'Sullivan. That ball comes flying across, but the whistle was blown. So it looks like the official is explaining himself here. There was a little bit of contact between the two, and we're going to get a direct free kick for Les Egles because EPFA McNichol made contact, a little too much contact for the referee's liking. Let's see, the fourth official over here is allowing the Les Egles trainer to come out and provide a foot strap, it looks like, for Claudine Fleury. Yeah, sometimes your legs and other body parts can go flying around when these chairs are moving, so just want to make sure that she is all strapped in so she doesn't go flying out of her chair. .37th minute of the match. DCU Storm comfortably in the lead. Hayes, that ball gets behind Spindon. And there's too much contact. Let's see who the referee is going to call it on. So it looks like he's going to call it on O'Sullivan. McNichol up to O'Sullivan. Back to McNichol. McNichol across. Saved by Fleury. O'Sullivan waiting for that pass. O'Sullivan back down to McNichol. McNichol right into Spindon. Now that ball bounces between the two defenders. Now space for McNichol. Nicely closed off there by Les Egles. Now the pass across. Hayes not in the goal area, and that allows Les Egles to try to clear. Now the pass. McNichol with a shot off the post. Good defense by Les Egles there. Well done. And we're going to get another substitution. It looks like Emer O'Sullivan coming out of the match, coming on in her place. Patrick Flanagan.
Okay, Patrick, come on. Right, Keith, coming to you.
O'Sullivan had a wonderful match. By my count, she scored at least 4 or 5 goals. Flanagan across to McNichol. McNichol late on the turn. It's going to be a kick in for Les Egles. 39th minute. And DCU going to come away with a victory here. Hayes late on that. McNichol is there, however, to collect that ball. Hayes with the ball, taking on Spindon. That ball comes out. McNichol's waiting. Flanagan at the top of the area. Now, Spindon tries to go around Hayes, and he does. Flanagan there. Patrick Flanagan defending. Flanagan trying to keep the ball in play. Nice take by Flanagan. Ball still in play, but now Davey Estevez down in the corner. Let's see what the referee's going to call. He should call a 2-on-1, and he does. Davey Estevez got trapped in the corner and couldn't make his way out. So, and it also looks like Estevez might be out of place, so maybe his hand came off his joystick. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it looks like his hand probably came off his joystick. So Estevez is up and moving again. That ball all the way across. Hayes with a shot. Hayes with a goal. Keith Hayes, nicely done. You see Spinden just kind of lost control of his chair as he was making the turn. And Keith Hayes makes it 11-0. We are in added time, and although there were quite a few stoppages here in the second half, got to wonder if the referee is going to actually allow for all of that added time to be played here, considering the score. But we'll see. Flanagan looking to kick out to to McNichol. Now McNichol across to Hayes again. Can he get another goal? Hayes touches the ball, but it's saved by Fleury. That was a shot on goal, ladies and gentlemen. But Claudine Fleury with the save.
Set up again, Kate, set up.
Now Flanagan's going to take a shot. That's saved by Fleury. Flanagan again with the ball. And it looked like Les Egles wanted to make a substitution, but word did not get to the officials in time. And now the referee is going to allow for the substitution. And it looks like Davey Estevez is going to come off, and coming back on in his place, Mathieu Coassier. Now there's a shot and another goal by Keith Hayes. He came on late in the match, but yet Hayes now with his second goal. And once again, Spinden hesitating to get to that post. $12-0 the score here. McNichol, Flanagan looking to catch that ball. Flanagan couldn't get there in time. Referee looking at his watch. Got to imagine the whistle is coming momentarily. Flanagan all the way across Hayes. Now that ball went over the line, but the referee had blown his whistle. Final score here, 12-0 DCU Storm winning this match quite handily. We're going to take a break. When we come back, our third match of the day, ouch, from France, taking on the Aarhus Rolling Devils. We're going to take a break. We'll bring you that next match in just a little bit. You're watching the 2018 EPFA Champions Cup.